Agency in Motion Continuing Education Series. This series is designed specifically for agents, producers, advisors, and agency builders in the financial services industry. Today's episode centers all around unlocking efficiency by mastering the art of working smarter, not harder. So we're not out there just working as hard as we possibly can. We're becoming efficient by working smarter. And that's what today's episode is all about. We chose to be entrepreneurs, and entrepreneurship, guys, is not a part-time job. It's not a full-time job. It is a lifestyle. So you have to understand every single day that you get up, if it's up to B, it's up to me. You have to turn the wheels. You have to make this thing happen. If you don't, you're going to find out very quickly that you're going to go back to the employee side of the quadrant. So understand what is up to you, understand how to become efficient and how to work smarter to get what you want. You want your business working for you, not necessarily you working for your business, but you have to understand, in order to get there, no matter what professional route you wanted to take, if you try to be an athlete, musician, surgeon, any other professionals, just like all of those people, we in this industry is classified as sales reps here. We're all going to get better when we practice. So no matter what you're doing, it's about the repetition, the consistency, because you're going to get hit with all this stuff. Hey, send me some info. I'll get back to you. What's this regarding? How much does it cost? I'm happy the way things are. We don't have the budget. No thanks. Not interested. This is typical knee-jerk psychological objections to whatever it is that we're doing out there. So you have to understand, if this is going to be the knee-jerk reaction, the typical responses I get, how do I overcome those? And then how do I get smart and preemptively overcome those with the way that I lead conversations? Being an entrepreneur, working smarter, becoming more efficient means that you have to be proactive and not reactive. If you're just waiting, sitting back on your clients and your partners to do all the activity, let things come in, be reactive, it's not going to work. You have to go out and you have to be proactive and make things happen. You have to be the initiator. You have to be the aggressive party out here. If you want something, go out and make it happen. Because if you don't, if you just think everything can wait until tomorrow, your business is going to suffer today, tomorrow. And then, like we always talk about, procrastination leads to doubt. Doubt leads to drift. Drift leads to you quitting. And then if you quit, you're going to go right back into something new, start this cycle all over again. You're going to have to get to the point where you make that decision again. So many people get caught up and locked up in the emotional cycle of change, where they're always going from the candy high to the valley of desperation. Candy high, valley of desperation. So you have to push through that, and you have to create discipline in your business. The level of effort that you're going to tolerate is going to define your life. So understand, as you're working through the day-to-day's activity, if you wake up every day and you have to find motivation, you're looking around for motivation to get this stuff done, you need to stop immediately. And you need to go back to your vision, because if your vision is not creating motivation, if your vision is not propelling you to get up, be excited, be energetic about your business, you're going to have to go through each and every day trying to find a way to motivate you. The easiest solution for this, go back to your vision and don't leave the vision until you've got one that really propels you with excitement to get up and get this thing done every single day. And then once the motivation's in place, your other choice daily is your attitude. Your attitude is going to be the ticket to success. Listen, we don't feel good every day. We have professional things going on, personal things going on, health things going on. So every single day, you're not going to feel at your 100% best, but your attitude is your choice. So can you be energetic, caring, vital, creative, or you're going to be the opposite side, angry, disinterested, cynical, bitter, because nobody wants to be around you on the partner or client side if your attitude sucks. So bring an attitude, because remember, people buy into you first before they buy into what you're selling on the products and service side. If you're going to enter the marketplace, some angry a-hole, nobody's going to be around you. Your attitude is your ticket to success. Your motivation is your job. And like I said, if the motivation is not there, go back to your vision. And then finally, once you have those things in place, once you have the motivating factors, once you have the vision that propels you, and once you have a good attitude, just bring some courage, because what we're doing is needed. What we're doing is timely and valuable. But in order to make a big impact and make the big money that you guys are looking for, you're going to need courage. You're an educator. So, unlocking efficiency and working smarter means understanding your role. It's a lot easier to go out in the open marketplace with the role of an educator versus a salesperson, an agent, a recruiter, whatever it might be. Your job as an educator is real simple, guys. Your job is not that hard. You are getting the word out about how to get ahead and getting the word out, explaining to people. We teach people how to win, whether it's a client looking for financial answers or whether it's a partner looking to create and solve some issues and problems in their existing business. You're an educator. You're teaching people how do they win. And then at that point, you can incorporate that into every part of your business. You can lead with education from the marketing. You can lead with education in sales. You can lead with education in management. You teach people what they need to know. The next step is real easy. Once we've, educated them, once we've solved the puzzle, once we show them the way, we make action plans. And then at that point, we are demanding they take action. We've solved the puzzle for free. We're showing them the way. We've got the action plan to get them there. Now we're going to demand they take action. Your process, your learning curve here as an educator, learning to work smart, is first things first. You have to understand the information you're relaying to the other side and not in a way that's, filled with industry jargon. Your information to a potential client or potential partner needs to be clear, concise, articulate, and it needs to be laid out in an elementary format, because if people don't understand what you're talking about, they're not going to ask you questions. They're just going to freeze up and they're just going to end the communication. Once you learn the information, just understand the transitions. The information is important. The transitions will make it will have a connectivity part to it. It will also allow you to take that information and start creating a story from it. Remember, facts tell, stories sell. So once you got the information, you got the transitions, package it up in a story-like format, and then give people the reasons that you take them on as a client, you take them on as a partner, give people the reasons they would take the action steps you're laying out. And then the last step of this really is just closing, meaning that psychological objections that people have, the knee-jerk reactions of no, the fixed mindset, the uncertainty by not knowing how money works. All of these things are going to come into the closing. Learn the information, learn the transitions, learn how to tell stories, learn the reasons, and then learn how to close people. One of the things that we have to learn in closing is if you've done your job, if you educated them, you've shown them the way, given them the maps, the action plans, and you've taken them to the end point, don't freeze up. If you've done your job, ask for the sale, close the deal. 85% of interaction between sales representative and potential buyers end without the representative ever asking for the sale. Think about that, guys. That's not working smart. That's not being efficient. That's getting to the end point, almost like if you were in a race, getting right down to the finish line and then veering off, make a 90-degree angle and just running to the side for no apparent reason. When you get to the end, you've done your job, ask for the sale. The way you're going to go from 6 to 7 figures is you're going to have to grow yourself and then grow your business as a mentor to your partners, a mentor to your clients. It's about rising to the moment. And with all the uncertainty that's going on right now, geopolitical, economically, all these things, market risk, you need to rise to the moment and you need to be aggressive. You need to be confident. You have the courage to go out there and understand what you can do for somebody. Simplify your business, gain your time back, scale faster than ever. If you've got a model that works, introduce it to the right people on the partner side and let them run wild with it. You've got to create a toolbox. This is one of the things that will help you unlock efficiency, because a lot of the things that you do on a day-to-day basis, if it's a manual input that can be automated, once again, this is about working smarter, not harder, unlocking efficiency. Understand your online business toolbox. What needs to be in there? Why is it in there? And how do we use it? Your mental toughness is going to come from self-discipline. That creates true confidence. So like we always talk about, it's not about resolutions. It's about habits. It's about what do you do on a day-to-day basis? Because just like you outline, when you get to the point, a fork in the road, A or B, which way is your client going to go? They have to pick their pain, self-discipline or the pain of self-regret. Remember, self-regret weighs a lot more than self-discipline. So just like you're laying this out for your clients, you have to lay it out for yourself and your partners. The power of discipline is going to create efficiency in your business because it's going to allow you to create habits. Those habits can almost go on autopilot. Remember, your brain loves to do whatever you're doing consistently and repeatedly, whether it's good or bad. So you set it in a good motion and watch what things happen. Your discipline needs to come in really two ways if you're going to unlock efficiency and work smarter. Number one is activity. You have to have activity. If nobody knows that you're in business, nobody knows you, they're not going to do business with you. So you need to go out there. You are in a contact business, not working hard by just contacting whoever we find in a directory. I'm talking about by creating a persona, identifying that persona's needs, creating messages that relate and resonate with that persona, and then going out and finding that persona time and time and time again. That persona locked in, the contacts create contracts for you. And then the other side of discipline is the communication. You need to master the art of communication. If not, you're going to say a lot of words that don't mean anything versus just saying fewer words that have far bigger impact. Your communication needs to come, these are tips. Communicate relentlessly, simplify and be direct. Remember, if you're talking and all these words are surrounding the answer to the question somebody asks you, you need to be clear, concise, direct. You need to be simplified in your communication. You need to listen. And we always talk about this. Don't overwhelm the conversation by telling something or telling someone everything that you know. They only want to know what's pertinent to helping them solve their problems. So listen, encourage input, and like we just discussed, illustrate through stories. Don't just be that person that goes out there just, real boring, all facts, bullet points. Even if you are that person, I'm a very bullet pointed person. You have to learn how to illustrate through stories and then affirm with actions. In your communication, if you want to unlock efficiency and you want to work smarter and not harder, you have to understand that the disruption that we create from our products, our services, our processes, that's going to unlock value. The value is not the same for everyone. So if you haven't identified the value point in the disruption and you're talking to a potential client or a partner about something that's not, valuable to them, it's not going to go anywhere. You have to identify what is the value in the disruption that relates to this person. And I continuously just talk about what that's going to do for them. When you are getting down to relaying information, this goes back to your attitude. The small things make big differences. So you can say something one way, or you can say it another way. And this is a great example of two ways that you can come up and say the same thing. You need to be excited. You need to be thrilled. You need to relay that emotion over to the other side. What we do and how we do it is an incredible opportunity for the right people. But once again, when you're relaying that information, it's got to be in an enthusiastic way. And then change some of the words that you use. Product is actually a solution. Price is actually value. Place is actually access. Promotion is actually information. So lose the sales jargon language and understand how to go to the other side and solutions-based, value-based, access-based, and informational-based language. It all starts with understanding that we all have the same amount of time in the day, whether you're making $5 million a year or $5,000 a year. You still got the same time. So one of the things that we have to do as an entrepreneur to help ourselves and beat our competition is understand the importance of a schedule, sticking to it and getting the most that we can out of the day. We have a time blocking video that's on the site. It's short, to the point, time blocking 101 guide for agents. I highly recommend you guys watch that. It's under 5 minutes. It gets right to the point. And then knowing every single day or every single week that we're going into, there's certain stuff that we have to understand. What is the to-do list? What is on the to-do list for this day or this week? What do I need to get done? What's in my CRM? What are the direct appointments on my calendar? And then once again, if there's stuff that can be automated, that's going to free up my time from the manual input. Understand how to get ahead, understand how to unlock efficiency, and understand how to work smarter, not harder. Because if you can do that, then everything's put in place and you can concentrate on what you need to concentrate on, which is focus on relationships, the right relationships. And once again, do you sell or do you serve? If you're out there building relationships, you're out there connecting with people, communicating the right way, helping them understand how you can help them, that's where most of your efforts want to be. And as you're doing that, for clients, understand we have a checklist. We have a closing the sale checklist. We have a new client checklist. Same thing with your new hires. This is not about just making a sale or recruiting a new partner and everything stops. This is about a continuation of that. That's very important. You need to outline for your new clients, your new partners, what are the next steps? What are we going to be covering? What's the timeline? Why are we doing this? What's expected from them? What should they expect of us? The process of getting to the success is very easy, but it can be very, very complicated if you allow it. You need to have a clear-cut strategy on what you're trying to do. That's the plan of action. And you have to have an execution of that strategy or plan of action that equals success. Remember, if you have a strategy and a plan of action, but there's little to no execution, that's basically a wish. So you have to have these things in the right format. And that starts with understanding, how do we win each week? Remember, you can look at an hour, a day, a week, whatever interval time that you want to look at. You have to win those. The more of those that you win, the more probability that you're going to win overall. And that starts with Sunday. Your week actually starts at the end of last week. The answer to the better week and being more efficient, working smarter, is in your Sunday routine. This is one of the most important things you can adopt for your business, because when you're writing down your wins for the past week, that's going to help you fuel further success. What went right in the week? Congratulate, celebrate, even small victories. What went right? And then on the other side, what didn't go right? You need to mine the gaps, because as you mine the gaps and close the gaps, that creates opportunity for your business. So just like what went right in the week, what went wrong, you learn from both sides of that. And then what are your goals for the week? Not what are your goals for the year or next year? What does your vision look like? What are your goals for the week? What are you trying to accomplish? Because it's a lot easier to accomplish something if you know what you're trying to accomplish. And then your task lists. What are the tasks this week that are going to lead me to obtaining my goals for the week? And then out of everything, once you've listed everything, your wins, your losses, what you're trying to accomplish, your task list, revisit it and find the number one priority, the most important thing this week that you're going to do. Make sure that gets done. If you tier your activity, if you tier your goals, and what's important and what's not important, and you get the most important stuff done, good things are happening for your business. If you don't tier this stuff and you just lump it all in one bucket, it's just going to be random. The days pile up, guys. The days go on. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. It just continues. The calendar goes, the weeks go, the months go, the years go. You can't stop time. Time is going to continue to march on. What you control is how you operate in any one of those intervals. The days, the weeks, the months. You've got to create consistent deadlines for yourself. Not deadlines that are pushed out that you can just ignore, and as they get closer, water down. I'm talking about the deadline that you're going to do today, this week. Remember, the more that you can push these deadlines up, the more you can compress time frames, the more you start to get a competitive advantage in the industry, and then even internally over the people that are surrounding you. When you have meetings, understand what is the point of this meeting. Don't just have a meeting for random conversations. What is, just like when you're mapping out your week, you need to look at each one of your meetings, no matter if it's a partner meeting, a client meeting, an education meeting. What is the goal of that meeting? If you don't have goals for your meeting, you're going to find out that nothing's really ever accomplished. You're going to have a lot of communication with a lot of different people, but it's just random. And once again, that goes back to the side of the sheet that we're trying to ignore or fix. We don't want to just work hard. We just want to work just continuously for no results. We want to work smart. We want to unlock efficiency. We want our business to work for us instead of us working for the business. It's the cumulative effect of all your little choices that are going to lead you to a desired end outcome, or drift in whatever direction. Just like what you're teaching your clients, you have to teach yourself and your partners. Break stuff down, guys. You can't sit in a chair for 8 hours a day and expect things to happen. You need to break things down and go at it. These 1 hour intervals, you can have attention, focus, energy, intensity, and execution during that hour. So you break your day up, go at an hour, step away for a few minutes. That allows you to measure on that basis. It's far easier to improve both the short term and the long term. And once again, like we're talking about, you're setting continuous deadlines and goals. This creates intensity. And then you're allowed to reward yourself far more often. That creates excitement, which carries over to more of the day. So don't just be a lump in the chair for 8 hours a day. Look at it as like a boxing round. Go into the round, give it all you got, step away for a few minutes, come back. It works a lot better this way. You just need to learn, practice, and improve. That's the 3 steps. You learn, practice, and improve. If you continuously learn, practice, and improve, you're going to get better and better and better. And what that allows you to do is create a business that's going to give you back in terms of results what you're looking for. It also allows you and helps you teach people, become that mentor to help other people do the same. It's all about discipline. It's all about giving things enough time to compound, looking over data, only changing one thing at a time. Remember, we're not just throwing things against the wall to see what sticks because things aren't working. We're looking at it in a very detailed way and changing one thing at a time. There's no such thing as it doesn't work. You're only getting feedback. You're only learning. Remember, those failures are actually stepping stones to success. Once you're able to understand this, once you're able to unlock efficiency by working smarter, it's a real easy formula. You want more, just multiply your efforts, and that'll multiply the results. You need to level up, because if you found something that works, if you know you're in an industry that's flush with cash, if you know you're in an industry where you're giving education, you're solving problems, and you're really helping people, then you just need to level up. You need to get that courage, and you need to go forward each and every day and do the things that you need to do. Because if not, and we've talked about this time and time and time again, if you don't change it all, you're just waiting for something magical to happen. Guys, we're not waiting on miracles. We're putting in place a plan of action with a day-to-day execution of that plan. Some people create their own storms and get upset when it rains. I'm a solutions-based person. That's what I teach my partners and my clients to be. Don't dwell on problems. Identify problems so that you can dwell on the solution side. Agency in motion, building, operating, and managing agencies in the 21st century.